one's good. There will try three-pointer. That one's good. There will try three-pointer. That one's good. There will try three-pointer. That one's good.
And welcome everyone to Varsity Field here at the beautiful Southern Wesleyan University in Central South Carolina. Your women's softball team going up against the softball team from Claflin University. Your starting lineup for this game and this doubleheader game is starting out in center field. That's Taylor Palfrey. At shortstop, it's Addie Johnson. At first base, it's Avery Mercer. In the four-hole and in the circle, pitching for your Warriors, it's Amberly Way. In the five-hole, in right field, that's Talissa Kennedy. At catcher, it's Hannah Truitt. In left field, it's Olivia Haig. In the eighth hole, it's number 20, Riley Wilson. And in the 9 hole, playing second base for the Warriors, that'll be Madison Truitt. Now, your Warriors coming into this game 8-4, 2-2 at home, splitting their home record, 4-2 away. And Claflin coming into this game 2-5, 0-2 at home, 2-1 away. And first pitch away for the Warriors is going to be strike one. Jenna Williams is your leadoff hitter for Claflin. Already in the 0-2 hole. That one's hit up the middle. Eddie Johnson can't get a glove on it. That'll be a base hit. So now they'll bring the 2-hole hitter, Sydney Cooper. Sydney Cooper, the leading hitter on this Claflin team, hitting .294 through 17 at-bats. Has 5 hits, shows bunt.
It's that one and then what we have on the side.
That one's fouled off.
We don't have another way to put it up because the piece that we're using will make it like go.
So now a 1-2 count to Cooper. Amberly Way coming into this game with a 4.38 ERA as she strikes out Cooper for the first out. It's now 1 down for the Warriors.
See how I tied it to the fence post up top and then angled it down?
No, the middle post. We attached it to the bar in the middle on the.
That brings up Morgan Tate up to the plate. First one she sees is in there for ball 1. No stats on Tate so far for the season. Actually looking at it, she's hitting .294 on the season. A 1-1 count to Tate now. Way getting her sign. She'll deliver. That one gets past Addie Johnson at shortstop. Now up to plate is Zakaria Fenwick. Usually number 23, but in this game she'll be wearing number 24. Fenwick coming into this game, hitting .250 through her 16 at-bats, having 4 hits. First pitch to her was strike 1, and that one falls in for strike 2. So 0-2 count to Fenwick. 1 out, runners on first and second. Fouls that one off. Count will stay at 0-2. Behind the plate for the Warriors today is Hannah Truitt. That's Amberly Way pitching to her. Hannah Truitt, one of the primary catchers that Southern Wesleyan carries. And here's 0-2 pitch, and gets in there for a foul ball. Truitt can't hang on to it after the foul tip. So count stays at 0-2. That one ground ball to Addie Johnson. She'll get her at first for the out, for the second out of the inning. So now runners at second and third, both in scoring position. That brings up Kennedy Baskerville. Baskerville hitting .211 on the year through 19 at-bats. 4 hits. That one fouled off for strike 1.
Looks like a great angle game.
Way winds up and delivers. That one popped up into right center field. Talissa Candy has it for the third out. So that will end the top of the first for Claflin. So now the Warriors will go. No runners allowed, or no runs allowed. 2 runners left on 2 hits. So we'll be right back with the bottom of the first as your Warriors will come up and take a whack at it. We'll be right back. Now starting at the bottom of the first inning, first up for the Warriors, it's Taylor Palfrey, the center fielder. First pitch, Palfrey goes down for ball one. That one also in there for ball two. So a hitter's counting to Palfrey, 2-0 count. That one in there for strike one. So a 2-1 count. That one in there evens the count to 2-2. That one fouled off. She'll get a swing on that one, and that drops in for a base hit. So a leadoff hit for Taylor Palfrey. And that'll bring up the two-hole hitter at shortstop. That'll be Addie Johnson. Addie Johnson having an impressive senior year to her name. Hitting .444 through 36 at-bats, 16 hits. As there's a stolen base for Taylor Palfrey. Addie Johnson having an impressive year, .444, 36 at-bats, 16 hits, 4 home runs. And also carrying 16 RBIs to her name. So that'll be the first strike to Addie Johnson, 2-1 count. Palfrey on second, no outs. That one fouled off. 2-2 count. Caitlin Grissom is the pitcher for Claflin. She comes into this game with a 9.88 ERA, only with 2 appearances. 0 for 1 in games, has 1 game started. It's pitched 5 2/3. Gave it 9 hits, 8 runs, all of them earned. And has 1 strikeout to her name. So still a 2-2 count after the foul ball. As she pops that one off. And that one goes foul. So count stays even at 2-2. That one finds for ball 3, so count moves to full. So base hit ball 4 situation for Addie Johnson. And here's the pitch. Inside for ball 1. Or for ball 4. So she'll walk.
Now batting. Number 19, Avery.
So now that brings up the 3-hole hitter at first base. It's Avery Mercer. Mercer having a great year, hitting .321 through 28 at-bats. 9 hits, 3 of them being doubles and carrying 9 RBIs. First pitch, she fouls it off. That one fouled off. So count it 1-2 now. Grissom only having 1 strikeout on the year. That one's hit in the gap. That'll score a few runs. Both Johnson and Palfrey score on the stand-up double for Mercer. So a great hit for her, and that gives the Warriors the lead 2-0 here in the bottom of the first, as we have a replay of that one that rolls all the way to the fence. So now the pitcher and 4-hole hitter, Amberly Way, will step in. Amberly Way hitting .333 on the year through 36 at-bats. 12 hits, 2 of those being home runs. That one finds the zone for strike 2. So a quick 0-2 count to Way. That one's popped up, but that'll go foul. So count staying at 0-2. So still 0-2 count. That one's low, finds it for ball 1. So 1-2 count now. Hits that one up the gap, almost making contact with Mercer. But now runners will be on the corners, as the Warriors are really liking that gap between second base and shortstop for all their hits. And we'll have a little meeting at the mound here with Grissom. So we'll stay here. Coming up in the 5-hole is the right fielder, Talissa Kennedy. Talissa Kennedy coming into the game, hitting second best on the team in 31 at-bats, hitting .387, 12 hits, responsible for 14 runs, and has 4 RBIs to her name. Talissa Kennedy also 9 for 9 with stolen base attempts. So now, as she steps into the box, runners on the corners, no outs still for the Warriors. 2-0. That one finds it for ball 1. Second one can't find the zone either for ball 2. Amberly Way over at first base does not have any stolen base attempts on the year, as that pitch right there does find the zone for strike 1. So count moves to 2-1. Grissom getting her sign, then stepping on the rubber. She'll deliver, looks like something off speed. Can't find the zone. Count moves to 3-1. So 3-1 count coming. as that one gets called for strike 2, so count moves to full. So full count coming as she fouls that one off. Count stays at full. And here's full count pitch. And that one can't find the zone. That will be ball 4. So bases loaded for the Warriors, and that will bring up the catcher, Hannah Truitt.
Now the catcher, number 30, Hannah Truitt.
Hannah Truitt hitting .367 through 30 at bats on the year. 11 hits, 2 doubles, 2 triples, no home runs. As first one can't find the zone. That one can't find the zone either. Count moves to 2-0. That went in there for strike 1. Count moves to 2-1. As she hits one down the line, but finds foul territory. So count evens at 2-2. Two count to Truitt. Grissom delivers. That one hit a long way and off the black. Hits the top of the fence. So a base clearing double for Hannah Truitt. Everyone thinking that one was leaving the yard.
Now up, number 14, Olivia Egg.
Hannah Truitt not having a home run yet on the season, but really looked like she was about to get her first. But that one will clear the bases, making this game now 5-0 here. That one fouled off. Now up to bat is previous McAllister's Deli Athlete of the Week, Olivia Haig. So a 1-2 count to Haig.
Because Humphrey scored, Johnson scored, Mercer scored, Way scored, Kennedy scored.
That one fouled off again. Haig coming into this game hitting .335 in 34 at-bats. 12 hits, 3 doubles, 1 triple, and hasn't left the yard yet this season. As that one's just a little high. So now count moves to 2-2. As that one doesn't find it either. Haig holds her swing back. Count moves to full. So full count. Grissom delivers. That one hit down the third base line, gloved and caught for the first out. Truitt moves to third.
Now up to bat, number 20, Riley Wilson.
So now that brings in the third baseman for SWU. That's number 20, Riley Wilson. Wilson coming in this game hitting 304 in 23 at-bats. As the first one is for ball one. That one can't find the zone either, moving the count to 2-0. A hitter's count for Wilson. Swing and miss on the offer. So now 2-1. Wilson really trying to blast one right there. Wilson having 4 doubles on the year as that one's popped behind her to move the count to 2-2. Home plate umpire shows 2-2 count as Grissom delivers, and that's in there for the strikeout.
Now batting. Number 2, Madison Truitt.
So just Caitlin Grissom's second strikeout on the year comes by Riley Wilson, and that brings up the 9-hole hitter for the Warriors. That's Madison Truitt, as the first one she sees is ball one. So having both Truitts in the game, Hannah and Madison Truitt. Hannah being on third. That's count is 3-0. So Madison getting the red light, as that one doesn't find the zone either for ball 4. So runners again on the corner.
Now up, top of the lineup. Number 10, Taylor Alfrey.
So now we go back to the top of the lineup. So that's an easy stolen base for Madison Truitt. As the first pitch we see to Taylor Palfrey is strike one. That one hit into center field and caught for the third out. So that'll end the first inning. Your Warriors being up 5-0, leaving 2 on base, being the Truitt cousins. So now we'll stay here as Amberley Way gets warmed up inside the circle. Amberley having 17 innings, counting the first one she pitched earlier under her belt. Having 25 hits, 15 runs, 10 of those being earned, 4 walks, and 12 strikeouts. That 12 actually moving to 13 with a strikeout she had against Cooper in the last inning. So now coming up first for Claflin is going to be number 33. That'll be Lewis. Lewis in right field. She comes into this game hitting 200 just in 10 at-bats. So that'll be 2 hits, 1 RBI, and has been walked 3 times. So she'll step into the box to start out the second inning. So first pitch from Way goes to Lewis. That'll be in there for strike one. That one hit right to Addie Johnson. Bobbles it a little bit in there for out number one.
Now number 5, Jalen Jackson.
So Jalen Jackson will step into the box. In this game, she's playing second base. Comes into this game hitting 143 through 7 at-bats. First pitch to her is hit down the line. Almost throws her out to Alyssa Kennedy. But isn't in time, so that will go down as a hit.
Now number 99, Mackenzie.
So we get a replay on that one. Some great heads-up defense coming from Talissa Kennedy. But now we have runner on first. Mackenzie Whitner will now step into the box, hitting 286 through her 14 at-bats. And that'll be down for a hit.
Now 125, Jordan School.
So now runners at first and second. And that'll bring up Jordan Tolan. Tolan usually wearing number 4, but now is wearing 25. As the Warriors have a little quick meeting at the mound. Tolan in on this season, hitting 143 through 7 at-bats. 3 runs, 1 hit. And that 1 hit being a home run. As she swings and misses at the first one.
Okay. I'll be here as quick as I can if you say something.
That one hit right back to first base. And that's caught by our first baseman,
Now
Avery Mercer.
number 1, Janai Cruz.
So a great heads-up play catching that foul ball. So 2 down now. As the top of the lineup will fly out on the first pitch, and that will be caught. So that ends the top of the second inning. We'll move to the bottom of the second. And coming up for the Warriors is the 2-hole hitter, Addie Johnson. The Warriors going through their lineup, the entire lineup, in the first inning. And so score still 5-0 after the 1 hit, 1 error coming from Claflin. And so we will move to the bottom of the second when we come back.
Located in downtown Central, Rails 133 has something for everyone. With menus and specials designed by our chef, Trent Kane, our selections can only be best described as upscale Southern comfort foods. Chef Kane uses only the freshest, locally sourced ingredients that have made Rails a destination spot. We offer theme nights, chef specials, daily specials, and our famous Meat and 3 on Sundays. Come visit Rails, dine in our lighted patios, or in our railroad-inspired dining areas. Rails 133, where memories are made every day.
And welcome back to Varsity Field as your two-hole hitter, Addie Johnson, steps into the box. First pitch she sees is ball one, high and out. Addie Johnson coming into this game with a .944 slugging percentage. Having a great year as her count is 1-1. Warriors having a great first inning, score being 5-0 on 4 hits. Second pitch she sees is popped up into the infield and caught. So that one being the first out. And that'll bring up the first baseman, Avery Mercer.
Number 19, Avery Mercer.
Avery Mercer hitting one into the left center gap her last at bat, hitting a stand-up double. Scored 2 runs on that hit as well as she calls time to let Grissom get her sign. So she'll step back in. First pitch to her is high, so that'll be ball one. Count 1-1, as that one's fouled off again, moving it to 1-2. In her last bat, Avery Mercer was also at a 1-2 count, then hit a rocket into the gap, and does the same thing again, but that one will be caught for the second out.
Now up to bat, the pitcher, number 5, Amberly Way.
So now steps into the box the pitcher, Amberly Way. Amberly Way hitting one in between shortstop and second base to have just the single, as the first one she sees is ball one. Just a reminder that this is a doubleheader, so right after this, back-to-back, we will see these two teams go head-to-head one more time. So 1-0 count so far. One count. She pulls that inside pitch down the line for a foul ball. So counts 2-1, or 1-2. As there is some activity in the Claflin bullpen, as that one's hit to the shortstop for a 3-up, 3-down inning. So score stays at 5-0, still in your Warriors' favor. As Warriors go down 3-up, 3-down. Coming up for Claflin, it'll be Cooper, Tate, and Fenwick as your first 3 hitters, as we'll come right back right after this.
Life, things aren't scripted.
If you're an athlete,
We need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
You can get a lot out of it.
It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
Getting started for his third inning action. Claflin now up to bat. And starting for them is Sydney Cooper. Sydney Cooper striking out her first at bat in the first inning. As she shows bunt, gets it back to the pitcher for the first out. So Morgan Tate now stepping into the box. She'll be the designated player for Claflin today. Getting on base by the air, her first at bat. A half swing on that one, but it'll go down as strike one. Second one in there, blows it by her. Tate now in the 0-2 hole. Waking her sign and delivers. That one missing high, tries to get her to chase. Count moves to 1-2. A 1-2 pitch coming for Way. That one fouled off. So count will stay where it's at. Way delivers outside. Can't get her chase on that one either. Count moves to even at 2-2. That one gets popped up into the gap, and that'll get down for a base hit as it lands in the warning track. So Tate will have the stand-up double. So Zakaria Fenwick will now step into the box. The third baseman for Claflin. First pitch she sees is ball one. Fenwick hitting right to Addie Johnson, her last at bat, over at shortstop. So now Warriors have runner on second as that one's popped up. Talissa Candy under it. Is caught. Runner will tag. And will move to third. So now 2 outs for Claflin. And that'll bring in Kennedy Baskerville. Baskerville flying out her first at bat to the left fielder. Count now at 1-0. Doesn't offer at that one. So no, count moves to 2-0. one can't find it either. That moves to count to 3-0. That one finds the zone for strike one. So now count it 3-1. That one hit down the line, so a run will score. So now your score is 5-1 here in the top of the third. So Miara Lewis will now step in. Grounded out her last at bat. As first pitch she sees is ball one. Way gets that one in there for strike one to even the count 1-1. That one hit to the second baseman, bobbled a little bit, but in time for the third out. So that will end the top of the third. Just a little bit of damage from Claflin, making the score 5-1. As when we return to the bottom of the third, we have Talissa Kennedy, Hannah Truitt, and Olivia Haig coming out to bat for your Warriors. We will see them when we come back.
What if there's a place for you where thinking and doing go hand in hand with innovation, where professors are more like mentors and guides, where generosity is contagious, and if you catch it, you just might change the world? This is it. Step into community, step into faith, step into life, step into Southern Wesleyan University. This is it. Step into community, step into faith.
Welcome back to the bottom of the third here at Varsity Field. Talissa Kennedy leading off the third inning for your Warriors. Score now 5-1 as Claflin claws one back after having the RBI single. Talissa Kennedy now having a 1-0 count. Got walked her last at bat as that one finds the inside corner for strike one. Caitlin Grissom still on the mound for the Panthers. Kenny ripping that one. Shortstop gets a glove on it, but that'll be down for a base hit.
Now batting. Number 30, Hannah Truitt.
So now stepping in is the catcher, Hannah Truitt, who blasted one her last at bat, cleared the bases with a double off of the fence, off the top of the fence. The first pitch she sees was strike one. What she sees, Talissa Kennedy will be in there for her stolen base. great replay of that stolen base. Talissa Candy having some wheels on her. And that one's blasted a long way. But sadly foul. That one looking like it might have been out of the baseball field. So now a 1-2 count to Truitt. That one outside. Moves count to even at 2-2. Talissa Candy getting her 10th stolen base on the year. As that one's grounded to the shortstop. Got a glove on it. And dropped. So Kennedy moves to third. And Hannah Truitt makes it a first on the air. So Olivia Haig now stepping in, grounded out to the third baseman, her last at bat. As now we have runners on the corners. First pitch she sees is popped up to the center fielder. She's under it, and Talissa Candy will score, and some heads-up base running from Hannah Truitt. So she'll move to second base, and a sacrifice fly for Olivia Haig. She'll get the RBI.
Stepping up to the plate, number 20, Riley Wilson.
And Riley Wilson will step back into the box, struck out her first at bat. It's now runner at second base. That one fouled off for strike one. Score 6-1 now. Warriors still in the lead. A very off-speed pitch falls in there for strike two. So an 0-2 hole for Riley Wilson. As she fouls that high pitch off, count stays at 0-2. Flies that one out foul as well. Count stays at 0-2. That one's inside. That'll be ball one. Grissom trying to find that inside corner. Couldn't get it. Goes a little too inside. And Wilson backs out again. Tries to find the inside corner. Doesn't get it. Count moves to 2-2. Now that one hit a mile. And that will leave the yard. Riley Wilson.
Number 20, home run, Riley Wilson.
Riley Wilson with a 2-run homer. First of the season for Riley Wilson. She hits that no-doubter. As we'll get a replay of that one. You knew it as soon as she hit it. So a great hit from Riley Wilson, her first of the year, so congratulations to her. And also congratulations to the Warriors now for moving their lead even further now.
Number 2, Addison Truitt.
As now your Warriors lead 8-1. Now that brings up the second baseman. That'll be Madison Truitt. Madison Truitt watches the first one go by for strike one. Well, that one can't find the zone. Finds it for ball one. So 1-1 count now. That one gets by her. That's in there for ball two. That one hit a mile as well. It might go on the fence. So we almost see back-to-back there. But that'll just be a very long double for Madison Truitt.
Number 10, Taylor.
As we'll get a replay of that one. Hitting the bottom of the fence. So now top of the lineup, we'll see Taylor Palfrey. Her third at bat in 3 innings. Warriors just having the one out. As that slapped up the middle, and that'll be in for a base hit. So Truitt third, and now we have runners on the corners.
Now batting. Number 11.
And now we see the power threat and just all-around threat, the senior Addie Johnson. Addie Johnson getting walked her first at bat, then flew out to the first baseman, her last at bat. Has 4 home runs all in the season. Wouldn't be surprised if we saw a 5th. As there's a pickoff move to third, as Palfrey moves to second on the stolen base. So now both runners in scoring position. As we get a replay on that one. No contestation. As that one's popped up into foul territory. So 2-1 count to Johnson. That one can't find the zone either. Moves to 3-1. So 3-1 count. I'd honestly give her the green light, as she will have it. Count moves to 3-2.
If it makes you feel any better, when I came back, there is my truck, your car, another truck. So if it hits, it's going to be directly in front.
That doesn't.
Full count. That one high, so now bases loaded. Addie Johnson walked the second time today. And that'll bring up Avery Mercer. Avery Mercer does not have a home run so far on the year. But neither did Riley Wilson when she hit hers. First pitch we see is fouled off. That one hit, and goodbye. Grand slam.
Avery Mercer.
Avery Mercer getting her first home run and first grand slam on the year. Clear the bases. And say hello, Avery Mercer, to the home run club. We need a replay of that one. That one leaving the yard faster than it came in.
Number 5. Emily Way.
As we'll see that one here. So congratulations to Avery Mercer. As now we have a new pitcher coming in for the Panthers. That'll be number 12. We saw her warming up a little bit in the bullpen between innings. That's number 12, Brianna Collins. Brianna Collins coming into the game, pitching an ERA of 8.69 with 4 appearances, 1 game started, and 1 complete game, going 9 2/3, giving up 19 hits, 15 runs, 12 of those being earned, 3 walks, 5 strikeouts, and has given up a home run. And teams coming in, hitting .388 off of her. So now stepping into the box for the Warriors, it'll be Amberly Way. Amberly Way still in the circle for the Warriors. First pitch coming from Collins. Way fouls that one off. That one kicked on the zone, it'll be ball 1. That one inside, almost getting a little nick of her. But it'll just be ball 2. So now your Warriors being up 12-1 here in the bottom of the 3rd. That one hit into the gap. And that'll be in there for a base hit. And now that'll bring up who led off this inning. That'll be number 8, Talissa Kennedy.
Now up. Number 8, Talissa T-Money Kennedy.
Way on first. Gets a good secondary. First pitch to Candy being ball 1. Second pitch to her, hit to the shortstop. Double play opportunity. They won't be able to get her at first. So that'll be a fielder's choice for Kennedy.
Now up. Number 30, Hannah Truitt.
So now Hannah Truitt coming up. Stolen base. Uncontested. 2 down now for the Warriors after the fielder's choice. That pitch to Hannah Truitt being ball 2. That one finds the zone. Looked pretty good. So 2-1 count to Truitt, as that one is outside for ball 3. So 3-1 count, pitch coming from Collins. That one inside, that will be ball 4.
Stepping to the plate, number 14, Olivia Haig.
So now stepping to the plate is number 14, Olivia Haig. Hit the sacrifice RBI her last at bat. So runners at first and second. A 1-1 count to Haig so far. Now that one hit to the shortstop for the force out, and that will end the 3rd inning. So that'll end the 3rd inning. Warriors having a lot of damage in that inning. Score is now 12-1 as they lead the Panthers as we go to the top of the 4th. Remember, with softball, there is a run rule. And so Warriors will possibly be able to meet that mark and get this first game done pretty early. And we'll see what the Panthers can do to respond here in the top of the 4th when we go back. So now back for 4th inning action as the Panthers now come up to bat. That'll be Jackson stepping in, Jalen Jackson. Jalen Jackson getting the single down the first base line, her first at bat. As she watches ball 1 come by. Second pitch can't find the zone either. It's ball 2. That one hit down the line, but that will found foul territory. So count moves to 2-1. that one finds the zone for strike 2. Count evens at 2-2. Wade only having the 1 strikeout on the game so far. As that one's dribbled down the line and in there for the first out.
I thought so too. I was like, oh gosh, please don't. Now up, number 99, Mackenzie Whiteman.
So Mackenzie Whitener now stepping into the box. Reached on the air. Hitting 286 so far. As the first one is in there for strike 1. So now a 1-1 count to Whitener. That one can't find the zone. That'll be high for ball 2. So count now at 2-1. That one can't find either as that bounces. That'll be 3-1. As that one will get down for a base hit right in front of Talissa Kennedy. So Jordan Tolan will step back into the box, flying out her first at bat. As the Panthers just have 1 down, now 1 runner on. That one blown by her for the first pitch and first strike. That one fouled off. That's in the hole now for 0-2. Count it 1-2 now. That one can't find it either. So that one going down as a wild pitch. Count now being at 2-2. As Whitener will reach second on the wild pitch. As she blows that one by her for the strikeout. So now stepping in is leadoff hitter Janiyah Williams. First pitch to her is ball 1. As that one is down and she will be retired. As that will end that will end the top of the 4th inning for the Panthers. Just the 1 hit. 1 hit, 1 stranded. Score still at 12-1 in the Warriors' favor as we go to the bottom of the 4th. We're coming up for your Warriors. That'll be Wilson, Truitt, and back to the top with Palfrey when we come back.
There will try 3-pointer.
Yes.
That one's good.
Now welcome back to the bottom of the 4th inning as your Warriors are up 12-1 on the Claflin University Panthers. A new hitter coming in for the Warriors. That's Rebecca Lamb, number 33. Rebecca Lamb leading off this inning. Looking for her first hit on the year. Has had 5 at-bats so far. Now in a 1-1 count. Collins still in the circle for the Panthers. As she fouls that second one off. Count moves to 1-2. That one inside, bounces to the plate. Count moves to 2-2. So 2-2 pitch coming. Well, that one fouled off again. Count stays where it's at. Count at full count to Wilson. And that will be ball 4. So Lamb moves to first.
How about
No, you just have half of the
number 7,
dugout.
Mackenzie,
Your
bat.
shot.
And now having a new hitter again for the Warriors. First pitch to her is ball 1. Mackenzie Babb now stepping in. Babb having her first appearance on the year. As that one's outside for ball 2. For ball 3. That one falls in there, making the count 3-1. And that one will be ball 4. So back-to-back walks. Lamb to second and Babb to first.
Now batting. Number 99, Riley Brown.
So now coming in, that'll be number 99, Riley Brown. Hitting 143 on the year through 7 at-bats. So that one grounded out to the second baseman. And that will be a double play.
Now up. Number 1, Saley Roper.
Because you were clearly right there. I see you. I need to change you in my phone.
So now 2 down. And now in there. Now in there for the Warriors. It is number 1. That's Callie Roper. And first pitch she sees is a ground out to the shortstop, and that will end the 4th inning. Now going to the top of the 5th, Warriors leading 12-1. So just the one runner stranded. Few hits, no hits for the Warriors. Just the 2 walks. And now we'll head to the top of the 5th, where Panthers running out of chances to come back in this game. And we'll be right back after that.
There we'll try 3-pointer.
Yes.
That one's good. There we'll try 3-pointer.
Yes.
That one's good.
Now back for 5th inning action. And leading off this inning for the Panthers, it'll be the 2-hole hitter, Sidney Cooper. First pitch she sees is in the sun and caught by Talissa Kennedy.
Now up, number 9, Morgan Tate.
So Morgan Tate now stepping into the box. Hit a double in the gap her last at bat.
Is that any better on the look? Because that's about as far as I can move it HDMI-wise.
That's fine. You just need to angle it more, not in the dugout.
Oh, new pitcher.
So now we have a new pitcher coming for the Warriors. Trying to close this one out. That'll be number 24, Ella Grace Lawton, coming to the game. Has 3 appearances, with 1 game started.
Now pitching for the Warriors.
Doesn't have a save yet, only going 2 innings. Giving up few hits, few runs. So Amberley Way will go 4 1/3.
Well, I told him to get outfield stuff and try to not get a lot of dugouts, so hopefully.
Just the 1 run scored against her. First pitch is back up to Ella Grace, and she will be called safe. So Tate will reach.
It's a hit. It's a hit.
Now up, number 24, Ricardo Fenwick.
So with a hot shot back to the mound, that'll bring up Fenwick up to the plate. Flew out her last at bat, 0 for 2 on the day. First one is outside for ball 1. That one finds the zone for strike number 1. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 1 runner on.
Exactly. There's so many things you can't do.
That one grounded foul.
You know one wrong thing. Well, that, you know,
I don't have enough.
sport called football.
I don't have enough fingers on my hand to count the minutes.
What a fake sport. He wants to just play practice on a field. It's okay. I used to play soccer.
Fired.
So that one fouled off as well. Count stays at 1-2. That one can't find the zone. Count moves to 2-2. Swings and a missile, and that one will leave the yard. So now that moves the score to 3-12.
Now up. Number 20. Kennedy. Baskerville.
So that'll bring up Baskerville. Still one out for the Warriors. But now just having to go to the bottom of the fifth and get a few more runs just to meet the mercy roll. Baskerville reaching on a single down the third base line, her last at bat. A 1-0 count to her so far. That one fouled off. Moves it to 1-1. A 1-1 count pitch coming. Called ball 2. So 2-1 pitch to Baskerville. That one fouled off, moves it to even at 2-2. So count even at 2s. A little off-speed pitch up the middle for a base hit.
Now up. Number 33. Lewis.
So it looks like we might see a pitching change coming along for the Warriors. And looks like we might see Amberly Wade come back in.
Now pitching. Number 5. Amberly Wade.
So Emerly Wade coming back on the mound with Ellie Grace Lawton not recording an out. And the first pitch to Lewis that she gets is in there for strike one. Well, that one can't find the zone, moves the count to 1-1. One count to Lewis now. Hit into the gap, right to Talissa Candy. Tries to get her out at first, can't get it, so he'll be down for another base hit. So Jalen Jackson now stepping to the box. Grounded out to the third baseman, her last at bat. So first pitch to Jalen Jackson goes in there for ball one. That one hit down the line, but foul. That one can't find the zone. Counts at 2-2. We're still only having the one out here in the top of the fifth. That one hit down the line again. Count stays where it's at, 2-2. And there's a swing and miss for the strikeout and the second out. And Mackenzie Whitener now stepping back in the box. Reached on the single, her last at bat. That one fouled off for strike one. A great stop coming from Hannah Truitt. But that evens count to 1-1. grab from the first baseman, and that will end the inning. So now the Warriors get a chance to walk it off here with a mercy rule. welcome back, Warrior fans, back to Varsity Field here in beautiful Central South Carolina. Your Southern Wesleyan University Warriors taking game 1 in this doubleheader against the Claflin University Panthers, taking that first game 12-3. In this doubleheader matchup, same game against the Panthers. Starting out for the Warriors in the circle on the mound is star pitcher Olivia Haig. Coming into this game with a 1.87 ERA, 3-2 on the year, 5 appearances, 5 starts, 2 complete games. Having 30 innings pitched throughout those 5 games. So looking to have a quick and a great game coming from Haig. And starting out for your lineup for the Warriors, pretty much the same as the last game. Palfrey in center, Johnson at short, Mercer at first. Way is your designated player as your Warriors get the first out. But Talissa Candy out in right. Hannah Truitt, instead of catching, she's out in left. Abby Schreiner's now behind the plate. Riley Wilson out at third. And Madison Truitt at second, who just made that play to get the first out. So now up to the plate is number 3, Sydney Cooper, playing shortstop for the Panthers. Counts 0-1, and now 0-2 to Cooper. Through those 30 innings pitched, Olivia Haig has 28 strikeouts. And here's the windup. And the strikeout. Make that 29 for Haig. As now your Warriors have their second out in the inning. Now that brings up Zakaria Fenwick up to the plate in the 3-hole. Fouls the first one off. Fenn was 3 for 1 in the last game. Swings and miss at the high strike. Now your count's 0-2 with 2 outs. Olivia Hay looking for strikeout number 30 on the season. Could get it right here. Fouls that one off. Count stays at 0-2.
so he can pause the stream and then go back into it. Now it's okay here, but it glitched for a couple minutes.
0-2 pitch. And pops it up. Out of play. So count still at 0-2. Oh, 2 pitch coming. Low for a ball one. Counts now at 1-2. Counts now at 2-2. That one couldn't fall in there.
Did you stop the stream? No, it's that bad. Like, both cameras are frozen.
It's not. It's just doing that whole internet thing. I'm sorry, I did not see that.
And a drop third strike will retire her. They'll get her at first. And that will end the inning. So a great first inning coming from Olivia Haig. Gets her 30th strikeout on the season, so congratulations to her. So no hits, no errors, no one left on base, and no runs. 0-0. As your Warriors will go and try to have a hot start like they did in the first game. And we will be right back to Varsity Field. You're watching Conference Carolina's digital network.
Life, things aren't scripted.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
You can get a lot out of it.
It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
Our virtues set us apart. We daily work to build champions in body, mind, and soul. It's who we are. This is Conference Carolina.
Life, things aren't scripted.
Now, welcome back to Varsity Field for a bottom of the first action. Your score being 0-0. Starting out for your Warriors, it's the lefty, Taylor Palfrey. Palfrey still in center field for this game. And pitching for the Panthers, it's Jalen Jackson. Jalen Jackson coming into this game with a 5.6 ERA, 1 for 3 on the year, 4 appearances, 3 games started, and 1 complete game. Going 20 innings, 27 hits, 19 runs, 16 earned, 6 walks, and 21 strikeouts. Giving up 8 doubles, no triples, and 3 home runs on the year. Count to Palfrey is at 1-1. Now that one in there for strike 2. So a 1-2 count now to Palfrey. Slashes that one and gets through. So Palfrey will reach on the air. And now that brings up all-around threat, Addie Johnson. Addie Johnson at short again this game. And we will probably see a stolen base and do. And she'll get in there for another stolen base. That pitch to Addie Johnson being ball 1. For Taylor Palfrey, that is stolen base number 16. Swings and fouls that one off. Just missing it. So a 1-1 count as we get a replay of a foul ball. So a 2-1 count now after that ball to Eddie Johnson. That one in there to even the count at 2-2. Swings and fouls that one off towards the Warriors dugout.
Have you seen the foul ball yet? It was in between, like, it had a clear shot until they hit it. Now Les is moving it back.
So count at 2-2 after the foul ball. Pops that one up right to the pitcher. And Eddie Johnson will be the first out of the inning.
Now batting, play first base, number 19, Avery Mercer.
And Avery Mercer coming out to bat. Had a grand slam for her first home run on the season. Her last at bat. Or in the last game. Watches that one go by for ball one. Gets that one down, but that will be caught. So now 2 down for the Warriors. Palfrey is still on second.
Making her way to the plate, number 5, Amberly Wade.
So now Amberly Way into hit for the Warriors. Was on the mound for them in last game, but is now the designated player. And that'll be a stolen base for Palfrey, and she'll score off of the wild throw. So another stolen base, and she'll score on the air. So some heads up base running and some heads up third base coaching. So now your Warriors lead 3-0 or 1-0. Oh, 2 count away. And that one's rolled over for a foul ball. That one rolled over again. So count still at 0-2.
My device? This one?
Apparently that's the one that goes inside this building.
Useless being plugged into that.
So Amberly Way still in there battling. One, 2 is the count. Still 2 outs. And that one's popped up again. So now Way steps back in. Still a 1-2 count. And hits that one to the shortstop. And will be retired for the 3rd out. So Warriors grab one on the stolen base from Palfrey and off of the air. And now lead 1-0 here as we go to the top of the 2nd. Coming up for the Panthers, it's Baskerville, Jones, and Cromartie coming up as your first 3 batters, and we'll see them when we come back.
Diamond T Promotional Gear is just a family-owned business that provides screen print, embroidery, vinyl graphics, cars and banners.
Getting back to the top of the 2nd inning, leading off for the Panthers, it's Baskerville. As hit to Addie Johnson and called safe. Looked like she was out on that, but I guess she beat it out. So that'll be a base hit on the first pitch for Baskerville. So now in the box for the Panthers, that's Jones. Anaya Jones, number 13, hitting 182 on the year. 11 at-bats, 2 hits. Shows bunt, pulls it back, stolen base. And they will get her on the attempt. So a great throw coming from Abby Schreiner. Getting a great replay on that one and a great tag by Addie Johnson. So now count is at 2-1. So nobody on, 1 out, 2-1 count to Jones. Jones shows bunt again. Pulls it back, but not in time. Count moves to 2-2. So 2-2 count now to Jones. Can't get it there. Count moves to full. So full count coming. Hake's still on the mound. Pops it up, but that'll go foul. So still full count to Jones. Pops it up. Candy running for it. It'll get down for a base hit. Now stepping in is number 10, Michaela Cromartie. A new addition for this second game here. Cromartie coming into the game with 4 at-bats, hitting .500, 2 hits. So getting her 5th appearance. Watches the first one in the dirt for ball 1. So 1-0 to her. Finds the zone for it. So 1-1, 1 out. Fouls it off. So now in the hole, 1-2. Jones does have 5 stolen bases on 5 attempts on the year, so we might see her go. Rolls it towards third base, and they get her for the out. So now bring up number 6, Mika Fluellen. Fluellen coming into this game, 6 at-bats, 3 hits, hitting .500. The lefty from Claflin. Hits that one up the middle. And they'll send her. And they'll call her safe at home.
She was out. She was 100% out. That was all out.
So we'll get a replay of the play at the plate. A high throw.
Has the ball right there.
So now coming in is the pitcher. That's Jackson, Jalen Jackson coming up to bat. Jackson 1 for 3 in the last game. Rolls that one to the third baseman for the third out. So game is now tied at 1-1 on the RBI single from Fluellen. Jones scoring on that one, so now the Warriors having to grow their lead just a little bit more in this next up bottom of the second inning coming. I was just getting a replay of the play at the plate as home plate umpire calls her safe. Close play. So now coming up for the Warriors, it's Kennedy, Hannah Truitt, and Abby Schreiner as your first three batters coming in the bottom of the second. And we will see them when we come back after a short break. Now after a short break, we have our leadoff hitter for the bottom of the second inning. That's Talissa Kennedy. Talissa Kennedy going 1 for 2 in the last game. So 2-0 count to Kennedy to start off. That one falls for strike one. Talissa Kennedy is one of the girls on this Warriors team that can hit the long ball, but is also very fast with a ball in the gap. Hits that one up in the air towards a shallow right center, and that'll be caught for the first out. So now that brings up the left fielder. That's Hannah Truitt. Hannah Truitt transitioning from behind the plate to left field. First one by her. That's ball one. Truitt having a big double her first at bat in the first game. Well, that one will be ball two. So count moves to 2-0. Hitters count for Truitt. Jackson getting her sign. And now stepping into her windup. That one off speed for strike one.
And then Nevin's just going to be primary for a second.
Now getting back into the game. As Riley Wilson beats out the air. So she'll reach on that. So now runners on first and second, 2 outs for the Warriors. And that brings up Madison Truitt. That first pitch to her being ball 1. That one popped up to the third baseman and dropped. And a play at the plate will be the third out. So that will be the third out for the Warriors. So we will go back to Claflin. As their first batter up will be Foster, then back to the top of the lineup to William, and then Sydney Cooper rounds out the first 3 batters. Olivia Haig still in the circle for the Warriors. The score still tied 1-1 here as we go to the top of the third. And now welcoming back to the top of the third inning, as now starting off for the Panthers, that's Foster. In the 0-1 count now. As that one missing high for ball 1. Egg to Foster. Outside ball 2. Well, that one in there finds the zone, so count evens to 2-2. That one in there gets her looking. Olivia Haig blowing it by Foster. So now Warriors get the first out, and that brings us back to the top of the lineup. That's Janiah William. William grounding out to the second baseman. That would be Truitt. That one grounded back to Truitt again. And history will repeat itself.
Now, number 3, Sydney.
So that brings up the 2-hole hitter, Sydney Cooper. Sydney Cooper striking out her first at bat. First one in there for strike one. Haig finding some rhythm. That one fouled off right behind the backstop. 0-2. Chance for a quick 3-up, 3-down inning coming from Haig. Kick Garrett Chase, that'll be ball 1. Haig just missing that outside pitch. Tries to go off speed on Cooper. That one low missing. 2-2.
He said, I'm headed that way. It may just be a coincidence, but every time you switch to the camera behind the backstop, the video starts hesitating.
But, I mean, you use that camera.
Yeah.
Haig steps off once.
That's what I'm wondering.
Once their sign again.
The draw control shots, the beginning of the stream, they were crystal clear.
I'm on the second camera, but when Nevin's on, it's completely fine.
Doesn't call it, so now the count will go to full. And that will be ball 4. So no 3-up, 3-down inning, but still 2 outs, just that runner on first. And that'll bring up Fenwick, the catcher, who also struck out her last at bat. That one fouled off for strike 1. And a little bit of difficulty, looking like the camera may have been knocked off. So counted 0-2 now.
I can't even switch.
now getting back. So a tough break right there for Palfrey.
It works
Now
when
batting.
I'm not on it, and then when I switch to it, it's fine.
Number 19.
And I think I know
Avery.
the issue now. I just
Mercer.
don't want to make it the issue.
What is the issue?
When the camera got knocked down, I looked at it before, everything was good. When it got knocked down and put back up, 2 of the pins in the bottom row of the HDMI cord were out of socket slightly.
Eddie Johnson on the stolen base. Gets there.
With each HDMI, it's supposed to...
Getting back after a few technical difficulties up in the booth. Your Warriors now trailing 2-1 against the Panthers. Now having 1 out here in the bottom of the third. Eddie Johnson with a stolen base and gets tagged out on that one. So now 2 down and Avery Mercer up. 2 balls on her.
I just don't want that to be it because that means that we're completely out of the HDMI cord. But we don't have anything down here to currently replace it with.
Do we have another one that's the same?
That one drops in. It's 3-0.
The others are 50 and 75, and that was 100.
Are we okay for basketball?
That one in there for the first strike. 3-1 count to Mercer.
I think it's, if you look down, I can take you down to 2 of the pins are like kind of lodged out of place, so I think that may be one. Because we had talked about that for baseball, like running Cat 6 for an HDMI extender.
And that one will be ball 4. So Mercer reaches first. And that'll bring up number 5, Amberly Way.
Now batting. Number 5. Amberly Way.
We can try if you want to.
Amberly Way grounding out to the shortstop her last at bat back in the first inning. Seeing what she can do now with the runner on first. First one to her is called ball 1. Jalen Jackson still on the mound for the Panthers. Second one to her is up and out for ball 2.
I said we could do it together. Yeah?
That one hit down the line. That'll be a fair ball. And she'll score from first. So a great hit RBI from Amberly Way. And some great base running from Mercer.
Number 8. Melissa.
So now that'll tie up the game. So now bringing up Talissa Kennedy with a runner in scoring position. Pops that first one up, foul. So 0-1 count to Kennedy. That one in the dirt. Count evens at 1-1. That one popped up behind her. That'll be strike number 2 on Kennedy.
Did you see that Yager? He had a one-day contract. So he did. Best hit ever. Yeah, at this point, he could probably play too. Did you hear what he said?
Fouled off again. Count stays at 1 and 2.
So his girlfriend's like 30. He's like maybe close to 60. He's like, I want to thank my girlfriend for being here. She's too young to remember ever played for her. Did he really?
It's a 1-2 count to Kennedy. Swings and misses at that one. That'll end the inning, but the Warriors pick up another run to tie it up. And now we will head to the 4th inning. And coming up for the Panthers, it's Jones, Cromartie, and Flewellen as your first 3 hitters.
I would think so, but I don't know. It's gotta be the great one. I called the great one for a reason.
Olivia Haig still on the mound for them. And we'll get a good view of her warming up.
Okay, Gordie Howe's up there. Gordie Howe, they're definitely in the top 3. They're in the top 3.
I mean, Ovechkin just doesn't get
Old recently. The thing is, like, Ovechkin is just known as a scorer. He has like 12 points. I mean, he gets some assists.
Women's basketball just getting underway at Erskine in Due West, South Carolina, followed up by the men's basketball team at 7 o'clock, or right after the women's game ends. And coming up on Friday, the baseball team taking on Chowan, a conference matchup, and softball will be at UVA Wise. Coming up this Saturday, baseball is also at Chowan for that series. Lax is at Shorter University. Women's basketball is playing Mount Olive, and so is our men's basketball team at home. So be sure to tune in to both of those games, as there's a great catch. A great catch coming from Abby Schreiner to get the out. And so that'll be the first out. That'll get Jones. So Cromartie will come up now. Cromartie grounding out to Truitt, her last at bat over at second base. So 2 quick balls on Cromartie. Gets it in there for the first strike. So now a 2-1 count. Pops it up, but that'll go foul. Count moves to 2-2. Fouls that one off again right behind her. Haig to deliver. Gets her on the swing. A great off-speed pitch coming from Haig, getting the strikeout for the second out. Now that brings up Flewellen. Mika Fluellen. The lefty now stepping into the box. Watches the first strike blow by. Actually called ball. Look, nothing wrong with it. Just must have missed in the strike zone. That one fouled back. So count moves to 1-1. So 1-1 count, 2 outs here. Swings and misses at that one. So 2 strikes, 1 ball on Fluellen. Off speed pitch, can't get it. Moves to 2-2. So count still at 2-2 after the foul ball. 2 outs still. Haig a chance to get out the inning. And swings and a miss. Gets her for the 3rd out. So back-to-back strikeouts for Haig. And that'll end the inning. So 2-2 still as we go to the bottom of the 4th. Coming up for your Warriors, it's Hannah Truitt, Abby Schreiner, and Riley Wilson. Starting off the bottom of the 4th as your first 3 batters. And we'll see them when we come back on Conference Carolina's digital network. So now getting back to the bottom of the 4th inning here at Varsity Field in Central South Carolina. Your first batter is Hannah Truitt. First pitch to Truitt is in for strike 1. Truitt flying out to center field her last at bat. As that next one can't find the zone for ball 1. So 1-1 count to Truitt. That one finding the zone. 1-2 is the count. That one outside evens the count at 2-2. 2-2 pitch coming. Grounds it to the shortstop. Not able to beat it out, and a long stretch from the first baseman.
Now batting. Number 23,
So,
Abby Schreiner.
So now coming up is the catcher, Abby Schreiner. Made a pretty great grab in the last inning to get the first out. Pops up the first pitch. And that will be in there for the second out. And now the next batter will be number 20, Riley Wilson. Riley Wilson reaching on the air her last at bat. Watches the first pitch go by for strike one. That next pitch high and out. One and one's the count to Wilson. Swings and misses at that offer. So now down in the count, 1-2. Fouls off that one. One, two, still the count. Swings and misses that one, and that will end the inning. So now we will move to the top of the fifth inning. And coming up next for the Panthers, that's Jackson, Foster, then back to the top of the lineup with William. And we will see the SWU defense, Olivia Haig, still on the mound for them when we come back. First pitch we see is down the line for a fair ball. And looking like that will be a stand-up double for Jackson. So now that brings up the 9-hole hitter. That's Foster coming in. Struck out looking her last at bat. Been playing right field for the Panthers. Shows bunt, can't get it down. So 0-1 count. Haig still on the mound. That one outside for ball one. Fouls that one off again. And now we move to 1-2.
I have heard that. Yeah. Quebec City. Yeah.
1-2 count, pops it up. And now go foul into the road. So a souvenir for a nearby car.
Wow. Wouldn't that be something?
Hits that one. Grabbed by Eddie Johnson. Calls are safe, though. So a great play from Eddie Johnson, but field umpire calls are safe at first. Now we have runners in the corners. So now no outs, and that'll bring up leadoff hitter that's Janiah Williams. Shows bunt, can't get it. So that will be a scoring attempt. So score goes to 3-2 now, but they do get her at second. Gets it down by Truitt. So that will go down as an error. It's now a runner on first, no outs, 1 out still. Shows bunt, pulls it back. That'll be in for a strike.
He does.
Shows bunt again, pulls it back, but in time. So 2 balls, 1 strike. Great looking pitch, no call though. Not really sure what was wrong with that one. Now count moves to 3-1. same spot called strike, so now that moves to count to full.